Yo, what is up, good? Sorry, what is up, guys? What is up, guys? So as promised, this is gonna be another video, and this is gonna be discussing the Washington Commanders. Some news and notes. I'm not gonna do a mock draft unless some things fall through in the next coming days. If you guys are new to my channel, you guys know that, if you guys don't know, I'm a blind individual, and the mock draft sites are kind of not user friendly with screen reading software. So, last year I was able to do it, but this year I don't have the tools or the assistance that I had last year to help me do the mock drafts. So, unfortunately, I won't be able to do a mock draft, this year. But I will, go over some news and notes from what I heard and from what I'm gathering from other YouTubers and, some other podcasters, some beat reporters, things like that. My thoughts on the draft. And of course, I do want to kick off this video with a special announcement. So here it is. So my channel, Real Talk with Oscar Montiel, will have a special Golden Truth edition for the draft. I already spoke to Aaron Faxon, and we agreed to do a live stream tomorrow. Now, we may miss some picks just because we may start the draft either like around 8:30, 9 o'clock. So, yeah, it won't be too long. Not too long, but it won't be from the beginning. Unfortunately, just because I gotta get some stuff done beforehand, and I don't know if I'll be making it in time for the 8 o'clock show. But we should be kicking it off and get it popping at 8:30. So if you guys want to stop by, check out the live stream, support us. Make sure you do so. Drop your comments, drop your thoughts, everything. We're going to do a live party. Maybe Jason Alamio can stop by, trade some barbs with Aaron. Hopefully, they can be friendly to each other. A guy can dream. But that's what's coming up on my channel tomorrow, doing the live stream. Just day one. And then obviously Sunday we'll be discussing the draft in full, back to our regular scheduled programming for the Golden Truth. So that's what's coming up for NFL content on my channel. I know I've been not too good with the Washington content, just trying to do a lot of NFL things. Soccer is my main priority right now because Real Madrid is actually surprisingly doing very well. They're on the road to a trophy. They could potentially get a second trophy, but who knows? So let's move on. Let's talk about Washington Commanders news here. So, Washington were able to, get the 5th-year option for Montez Sweat. That's good. That for me, that's good. Potentially give him an extension right away. Get him a good deal. My opinion, that's a good move. On the right track for an extension. He really, deserves it. Did he deserve it? His stats weren't all that good last year, but he got hurt. And then he had a death in the family, so he didn't finish off playing the season, which is respectable, because he had personal things going on. But here's to hoping that he can have a stronger, better first next season with him and Chase Young. So that's my reaction for Montez Sweat. Now, DaRon Payne, from what I heard, Washington is not looking to give him an extension, and this isn't surprising. I'm just upset in the way that they had to go about it, though, because they cut what's this dude's name? Matt Ioannidis. They bring in Carson Wentz, and they're not going to extend DaRon Payne. DaRon Payne he isn't like the John, like the John Allen, where he's gonna go up there and disrupt and bring sacks. No, DaRon Payne has sacks here, sacks there, but he is a run stopper. He is a stuffer, and that will be missed. So Washington, don't be surprised if Washington trade for him. In a realistic world, because Washington does need the draft picks, and I'll get into some draft news here in a moment. I just want to get this out of the way. In my world, I would say if Washington doesn't want to re-sign him, don't bother. Trade him now so that way we can have some draft assets. Not maybe tomorrow. Well, we'll see. Crazier things have happened in the NFL. But, get some trade assets for this season and next season, because Washington only has 6 draft picks this this draft. They only have 6. So, draft is heavy, and they basically gave a 3rd round pick away to the Colts for Carson Wentz. So, yeah. So those are some notes. Terry McLaurin, I want to give my individual thoughts. You guys heard my thoughts on the whole entire situation, on the golden truth. But I do want to give my thoughts as well. This guy needs an extension. And he's proving that he's willing to wait. Unfortunately, he's not a first round pick, so we can't give him that 5th-year option. My friend Aaron and I discussed it. We will not be surprised if he gets franchise tagged. Now, if he gets franchise tagged, it's already set in stone that he ain't going to sign a long-term extension. Washington loves to franchise tag their guys, and then they let them go after 2 years. That's what happened with Kirk Cousins. That's what happened with Brandon Sheriff. They're both not in Washington any longer. So, the worst-case scenario is that he gets the franchise tag, doesn't get an extension, and then walks out the door maybe 1 or 2 years down the line. That's what sucks about the franchise tag. But Terry McLaurin is shown to be patient. He's not like Deebo Samuel. He's not like A.J. Brown, who are right now, pushing to get out. Right now, he ain't pushing to get out, so maybe Washington can find a way to negotiate with Terry to get him to stay maybe 3 or 4 years. Now, I know that the money right now is complicated because wide receivers are getting paid more than 25 mil, which really, sucks right now because there's high demand. So let's talk some trade news, some draft news here real fast, and then I'll go. Like I said, no mock draft, but from what I'm hearing, so ideally Washington need to build around Carson Wentz. They cannot. I know that they have the 11th pick of the draft. I know that, quarterbacks is, a position of need. But from what I'm hearing and from what I see and from what I saw and the Senior Bowl and things like that, and from what I hear as well, this draft class isn't too impressive. But I did hear that Washington may be entertaining the idea of getting Matt Corral. I wouldn't do it with that 11th pick. You want to build around Carson Wentz, because if you say Carson Wentz is your day one starter and you have a rookie quarterback breathing down his neck, basically he's gonna, I don't know if he just gives into the pressure, he caves, or if he intentionally does it. But when the Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz just trashed it up. Jalen Hurts came in, and then Carson Wentz was traded the next year. Played with the Colts, and then the Colts owner didn't want him. It wasn't more of the coach's decision or the manager's decision. It was more the owner's decision that wanted Carson Wentz out. Even though Carson Wentz didn't have, a really, good, he was solid, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, but didn't go to the playoffs. So, you got to build around Carson Wentz. Don't entertain the idea of getting a quarterback in that first round. If there's a quarterback that you can develop, maybe, oh man, you don't have a 3rd round pick, but if there's a quarterback that catches your attention in the 4th round, do that. maybe I wouldn't waste a second pick either. Second round pick. But first round pick, Ron Rivera. Everyone's talking about Garrett Wilson, Ohio State. And I've done research and I've done highlights. I like Garrett Wilson. Sorry. So that would be a good fit for him. A good, compliment to Terry McLaurin, number 2. And then imagine the star power that, Carson Wentz has. You have Terry McLaurin, Garrett Wilson, and then you have Curtis Samuel, who can run those gadget plays along with what's this dude's name? J.D. McKissick, who's another gadget guy. Antonio Gibson, the running back, and then draft a second, maybe draft another running back to be paired up with Antonio Gibson. From what I heard, Bryce Hall or Brees, whatever you like to call him, is, a really solid pick. But we'll have to wait and see what Ron Rivera does. Ron Rivera likes to not stick with the status quo. I mean, hence Jamin Davis last year. Hence, Chase Young, which was an obvious, given an obvious pick. But, drafting Jamin Davis last year, you're like, what the heck is, I literally said, who the heck is that? And I had to do my research on the guy. But I think, so don't be surprised if Ron Rivera doesn't select Garrett, Wilson, or what's this other dude's name? There's another wide receiver that actually caught my attention that I was talking about. Drake London. I heard that Ron Rivera and that staff like Drake London a lot. But if you want Drake London, just trade down. I personally, if you can't find a trade partner to trade down or something that, catches your interest, you got to get draft picks. That's the one thing. If you want to trade down, make sure you get, good draft picks in return. Because, like I said, you need draft picks this season and next season to build around Carson Wentz. So, alrighty, y'all. That'll do it for this video. It's a Washington Commanders video, so let me know what y'all thoughts are. What do you think Washington will do at 11? Again, Ron Rivera, tends to stay out of the status quo. If there are decent defensive players like that, safety that I've heard about, that cornerback that I've heard about in that draft that falls to 11, even though Ron Rivera tends to stay away from safeties and corners in the first round, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes a dig at those guys. But I'm right now thinking, gotta build around Carson Wentz. So, alright, y'all. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're new to my channel, you're finding me for the first time, make sure you hit that sub button. I do Washington content and Real Madrid content, so make sure you guys, check that stuff out. Give me a like, share this video with friends and family. Alright, guys, keep it real. Peace.